Hey everyone, how's it going? So, if you're like me, you guys sometimes have trouble figuring out a good art lesson to do for Veterans Day. There's tons of art lessons out there for all the holidays, but Veterans Day always seems like the one that it's hard to find something for. So, today I'm going to show you guys how to do a Statue of Liberty painting in the style of Romero Britto. And this is a great project for younger grades, K1 and 2. You can always make it a little bit more advanced for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but this is a great project for the younger grades. Now, I would recommend that they start with pencil, but I'm just going to jump right into it with a black oil pastel. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw my picture of the Statue of Liberty. So to do this, I'm going to start by making 2 lines that go down like this. Then you want to connect these with a point. So like a nice big letter V. Then right across, just draw a nice straight line. You can kind of say it looks like an upside down house or a base, whatever. Now, starting right here in the middle, you want to make a curved line here, and then another curved line right here. That's going to be her hair. Then, just starting right here in the middle, draw a line that goes down and then over, kind of like a letter L. Now, I'm going to draw a smiley face right here for one eye, and then a smiley face right here for another eye. And then I just put a nice smiley face right here for the mouth. On the sides here, I'm just going to make 2 little half circles for the ears. And then right down here, I'm going to draw 2 lines that go down for the neck. And then you just want to connect them with a little smiley face. Now the next step is just start right here and draw a line that goes up and then just kind of curves down for the shoulders. And then just curve up and go down. Sometimes kids have trouble with this, they want to make them a little bit crazy, but just make sure they make them nice and big. Now for the crown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 little diagonal lines right here, and Yash is going to kind of look like a bug. But then you want to connect these with a nice big curve, so like a nice big sad face to connect them. Now on top of here, I'm just going to draw some points like this, big triangles, and just kind of keep them nice and big, and those are going to be the spikes on her crown. Then the last thing you can do is starting right here by the ear is just draw a line that goes down and then kind of curves in for her hair. And then a line that goes down and curves in for her hair over here. Now you can leave it like this. I like to come in and just add some of these little sad faces right here, or kind of like upside down U's, just kind of give the crown a little bit more detail. Now once you're done with that, then you want to work on the background. Now I like to use some red, white, and blue oil pastels for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and you want to make just some sort of line pattern. It can be squiggly lines, it can be straight lines, diagonal lines, zigzag lines, whatever. I'm just going to start here at one end of my paper, and I'm just going to make some squiggly lines. I don't want to draw on top of her, I want to draw right around her. So I'm just going to make some squiggly lines. And then I'm going to leave some space, and I'm just going to draw some more behind her. And then I'm just going to keep doing this all the way until here, and I'll do one more at the bottom. Just like that. Now I'll come in here and I'll get some blue, and I'll do the same thing, just kind of draw these squiggly lines right in here. All the way around here. You could bring in some white if you want to. You don't have to. I'm actually not going to bring in any white because we got plenty with the red and blue. With the younger kids, you might want to have them just go red line, blue line, red line, blue line, but whatever works best. So now that we have this all drawn out, we want to paint these. I like using the Tempera Paint cakes myself. These work the best for this, especially with oil pastels. But you can always use watercolor paint or whatever. So I'm going to get a brush, and I'm going to be mixing blue and green on here. So I'm going to come over here and get this green nice and wet. You want to get a lot of water on there so we can get that paint. And then I'm just going to paint right on top of her with the green. And then as I'm doing this, every time I paint some green on there, I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to get some blue. And I'm just going to paint some blue right on top of this and let it all mix together. And this will give it a really nice kind of, blue-green Statue of Liberty color. So you want to have your kids work in sections on here. Don't try to paint the whole thing green and then put blue on top of it, because that green is going to dry really fast. So you want to make sure that you're working with this while the paint is wet, and just work in small sections. Keep making sure you're going back and forth and that you're getting all of these things covered, and you want to keep it really nice and wet so that you can work with this. So just keep going. Big thing, make sure they wash off their brush. We all know how the younger kids are. They like to rush through this, and they don't wash their brushes very well. So make sure you're doing this and go all the way across and get the entire thing covered with blue and green. Okay, now once you're done with painting this in the background, or painting your Statue of Liberty, then you can start working on the background. Now, some people like to just kind of paint the little stripes back there. You can do whatever. You could leave it with oil pastel. You could kind of fill in these different areas. I'm just going to go and I'm just going to kind of paint a little bit on top of all these. Or actually, I'll just kind of paint in the center of all of them. So I'm just going to kind of do a little alternating pattern of red and blue, and I'm just going to kind of fill in all these. Make sure kids are being careful. The nice thing about these oil pastels are that you can, they kind of work like helping the kids stay in the line, because the water from the paint doesn't mix with the oil in the pastel or the wax in there, so it just kind of helps, keep everything in the lines nice and neat. So you're just going to kind of go through here and just kind of paint all these, make sure they get all the white spots in here. I'm going to kind of leave a little bit of white in between each one, just kind of do a little red, white, and blue pattern through here. Make sure they're getting lots of nice coverage on here, and they're using lots of water. Sometimes tempera paints can be a little bit temperamental, and if you don't have enough water on there, they get really dry and everything, and the paint doesn't spread very well. If you get too much water, it'll be really light and it'll kind of run everywhere. So you just got to make sure that you're getting that nice balance of paint and water to really make it look good. And there you go. There is your Romero Britto style Statue of Liberty painting. Like I said, this is a great project to do with the younger grades, especially, kindergarten, first, second. We'll have a lot of fun mixing the colors and coming up with different designs in the background. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more art lessons. Keep drawing, everyone.